Kairi Nasai Minasan. Today we're gonna talk about the second last episode of Kamen Rider Geats. How crazy is that? Episode 48 is, I don't know how to actually explain my feeling when I'm watching this episode. I really want Kamen Rider Geats to end in a really insane note, in a really hype moment. But based on what I see, like the way they are ending the story is basically kind of like calling back everything that has happened throughout the entire series. We actually get to see this in Tycoon's life. He actually went back to the gag that he did in the first episode where his face actually got burned by the topping of the tanuki soba itself. So this is a really interesting callback. It's kind of like just to show us that Sakurai Keiwa has always been a perfect hero since episode 1, and throughout this entire journey he is being tested, he is being corrupted, but at the end of the day he went back to his original form. He went back to the ninja with the heart, and right now he is once again the perfect hero in the story itself. And now we get to talk about Neon Kurama, because I felt like this, rather than her story being similar to the story of Sakurai Keiwa, where Sakurai Keiwa has always been the perfect hero, we actually get to see Neon Kurama family and herself. Actually, she finally embraced her identity as a Kurama, one of the Kurama family member, and she is actually like working together with the father to stop the part of the VIP that actually supported Suelu and causing Suelu to lose his power at the end of this episode. So that is really interesting for us to actually get to see how Neon from episode 1 wanting to leave her family, wanting to run away from her family, to where she is today, standing together with her father to take down the DGP VIP itself. So that is really amazing. And now you might be asking to yourself, how about our boo boy? Okay, what about Michinaga? Like what is the callback of his story? I felt like the way that his story actually progressed is like, since the beginning we know that he doesn't mean any evil. He has not malicious thought in the beginning of the story. Like all we see him as is just gonna like a gung-ho Kamen Rider that wants to win the DGP, wants to get his wish fulfilled, and we eventually get to learn that he actually wishes for the power to destroy all Rider. But from based on what we see and understand his actions so far, we always knew that he never meant any malice at all. But obviously in halfway through the story, when he kind of like halfway turning into Jyamato, we kind of like thought that okay, so he might go full evil and all those stuff, but we actually get to see that he never actually did that. So obviously his story is a little bit, like unstable, and we are not sure whether he is good or bad. And I felt like this at the final episode we also get to see that, like, we are not sure, like, hey, like the people, especially the other rider, like they are not sure they are is he the enemy or is he an ally, something like that. So really interesting stuff. But the rest of the story, I felt like the most surprising story it just keep on giving is the story of the Jyamato. Okay, I really did not expect to see a a good guy Jyamato, like with the Himawari, the sunflower Jyamato, actually sent by Daichi himself to help out the situation with the DGP itself. So that is really fun and really interesting to actually see that happening itself. And the only reason why I'm able to kind of like spot the callback to every single thing, especially with the storyline of Sakurai Keiwa and also the storyline of Neon Kurama, is when Ukiyo S actually choose to go back to the house where he actually lived together with Gilori and Sumori itself. So when he actually go back to that house, I was like, wow, this is a major callback. Like even when S asked Sumori to call her, like, hey, we are don't call me Sama, okay, Nei-chan, something like that. So that is really amazing. I really love that callback, and I really love the callback when Gilori walked into the house and just take off his mask. That is so good. And hey guys, Gilori is back. Gilori is freaking back. What did I say? What did I say? I always said that he is not dead. He's gonna come back. Just that I really did not expect the way that he come back is in this sort of manner. Okay, so we for us to actually see Gilori back in this final arc of the story together with kind of like a bunch of other game master, it will actually lead me to believe that Chiram is also not dead, okay? But then again, at the same time, he could also be dead as well, because we need to remember how Chiram actually was being sent back to the future, or maybe he just died. We are not sure whether or not he died or he was being sent back to the future. But based on what we saw in the story itself, he was defeated by the Hyper Muteki Buffer. So I have a strong inkling that maybe Chiram is dead, and that is why we don't actually get to see him at this episode 48 of the story itself. And you might be thinking to yourself as well, like, is Beroba dead? Is Kekera dead? I believe they might be dead. We are not sure, okay? Like I really want them to kind of like be, in a sense, like gone, but then again, anything can happen, especially with how they are from the future. They are, in a sense, based on what if we really read what Kekera and Beroba said, especially what Kekera said, he says that like he is originally just a statue of frog, but he can choose to customize his avatar when he came to this earth, when he came to the war of Ukiyo, as the war of Kamen Rider Geats. And that actually tells me that they are kind of like just logging in from the future into the present day using an alternate body, something like that. So even though their body in the present day got destroyed, got defeated and all stuff, it is not gonna matter, because they are just, their consciousness, their mind can be sent back to the future itself. That is my theory. But then again, I felt like if the writer or the team never came out to say, or never came out to show us whether or not like officially Kekera or Beroba is dead, then we would never know, okay? We would never know. But this is really interesting speculation that I just want to encourage everyone to think, even though this is the kind of the second last episode already, and I'm working on Kamen Rider Gacha bingo card right now. So now that I have kind of like, I want to see like how many things I can actually spot in Kamen Rider Gacha before it even happened, before it even aired in the first episode. So I need to finish it before the final episode of Geats is being released. So that's gonna be really fun. And hey, if you want to see me doing that bingo card thing together, you know what to do. Subscribe, okay? But with that being said, let us talk about Rigato Omega versus Geats 9, because it is amazing, man. Like when I saw Girat Omega, holy shit, okay? Like when he used Magnum Infinity, the first thing that came to my mind is holy shit, that is Fate Stay Night Gilgamesh. So it is kind of like watching Crazy Diamond versus Gilgamesh from Fate Stay Night, and out of nowhere, it actually became when Rigat Omega kind of like show us the ability to reverse time. Oh my god, when I actually saw that, the first person that came to my mind is Dio. But after I think about it, Dio doesn't have the ability to reverse time, but someone from the JoJo Bizarre Adventure universe can actually have the ability to reverse time, and that is Mad in Heaven. So when we watch Regard Omega, it is Crazy Diamond versus Mad in Heaven. How crazy is that? And I really felt like this episode ended in a really crazy, not kind of like a crazy twist for a lot of us, because most of us already saw the next episode preview, and most of us would already know that the Sumori that shoot down Ukiyo as is actually gonna be Imo Sumo in the first place, okay? And that is why Imo Sumo actually call Ukiyo as only S, and she didn't even bother to use S Sama, because we know for a fact that Sumori, no matter what, will always call someone Sama, especially if that person is a rider itself. So that is kind of like a little bit of hint that maybe this Sumori that is in front of Ukiyo S is not actually our Sumo-chan, but it is actually gonna be Imo Sumo. Okay, so but then again, there's also a possibility that this is our Sumo-chan, this is the Sumori, the good Sumori, and the reason why she actually came here to shoot down Ukiyo S is because something that Rigato Omega Sueru actually said. He said that as long as you are a person of this present day, you're always gonna be affected by my ability to reverse time. So what if, in order for Ukiyo S to fix this problem, to fix this weakness, all he need to do is to die and reincarnate again, so that he is no longer a person from the present day itself, okay? Like he's gonna be someone from a different timeline or different time, and so he's also gonna figure out a way to come back to the present day and take down Suelu. That is a little bit far-fetched, but then again, it's just a theory, a Kamen Rider theory, okay? But then again, like I really, how do I say, I have a feeling when I watch Revise, not gonna lie, this is a very similar feeling as Revise, but I felt more, I have this feeling of not wanting to let go of Revise, even though, but it's not as strong as the one that we have from Kamen Rider Geats, okay? Because for when I watched Revise, I really felt like the story or is like kind of like stretching its ending already, especially with the plot of Juga out of nowhere. So it almost made me feel like, hey, let's just get this over with. Why don't we just get this over with? Why are we still wasting time here? But for Geats, I still felt like they could be more story to be told. There is still a lot of things for us to explore in the story itself, and that is kind of like something that is inside of me that really wants to see Geats just keeps on going, even though after they defeat Suero, I kind of like want to see like how, like maybe we can have kind of like a spin-off series of a summary slice of life now that the world is no longer threatened by the future people, no longer threatened by the Jyamato. Sumori is free from the job of navigator. What is she gonna choose to do? That is the slice of life I would love to see, okay? Like she just learned how to be a normal human. She go and look for a job, you know, like she because she is now currently unemployed, you know, like if the DGP is no more, she is no longer employed. So she's being designed to be Mitsune, but now that she no longer has any purpose of living according to her design, what is she gonna choose to do? That is, just thinking about that really makes me want to see that already, okay? But with that being said, that is all from me. Hope you enjoy the video. If you made it this far into the video, means you absolutely love the content that I'm actually putting out. And if you made it this far into the video, I just want to ask you to write the word live, L-I-V-E, in the comment section below, because I am actually thinking and I am actually considering whether or not to do kind of like a live where I actually go do kind of like a Kamen Rider Geats award show, like together during the live we are gonna decide which rider has the best suit, okay? And then maybe we can all vote together to see which Sumori outfit is the best, okay? So we got 4 Sumori outfit. We got normal Sumori, we got golf Sumori, we got casual Sumori, and we got emo Sumo, okay? So oh no, not emo Sumo and normal Sumori is quite similar, but lastly we got the goddess of creation Sumori. So like we got 4 different outfit of Sumori for us to kind of like, you know, like to figure out like which one do we actually prefer. Me personally, guilty pleasure, I love golf Sumori the most, okay? Like there's just something with golf girl that really gets me all the time. But that is all from me. Hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye.